Welcome back to the channel. Today's story will be, she dressed for people, till she remembered Allah. So without any further delay, let's dive into the story. Once upon a time, in a not-so-distant land, there lived a beautiful young girl who was known for her elegance and modesty. Her name was Sarah. Sarah was the kind of girl who would always dress modestly and well. She would always wear loose-fitting clothes, which covered her body perfectly, and her hijab was always on point. But as she grew up, things started to change. Now, Sarah's mother had always taught her that dressing modestly was an ibadah, or an act of worship solely for Allah, because it's Allah whom we are accountable to, not the people around us. Unfortunately, though, Sarah stopped remembering this important lesson. Instead, Sarah started to dress for the sake of people-pleasing, especially her friends. She wanted them to like her. She wanted to feel accepted by them. Honestly, she just wanted to fit in. One day, Sarah came across a new trend that everyone, including her friends, were following. It was a very tight and alluring mini dress. Sarah really wanted to buy it. She told herself, "Oh, come on, Sarah, just buy it. You can wear it just once, and then you can go back to your normal, boring, old self." And guess what? Sarah gave in to her nafs or ego and bought the dress. When she wore it, she felt amazing. She felt confident. And when she saw her friends staring at her in awe, she thought to herself, yes, this is the life. This is what I want to live. From then on, Sarah started wearing such clothes more often. Clothes that were tight, clothes that were very short, and clothes that showed off too much skin. She even started wearing tight jeans and shirts that barely covered her collarbone. In short, Sarah completely changed her style. Her mother was deeply hurt to see her daughter, whom she had raised to be a modest girl, now dress in such a way that showed so much skin. One day, her mother couldn't take it anymore. She called Sarah and asked her, "Sarah, my child, why have you forsaken the path of modesty? Why have you strayed away from the teachings that I've always told you?" Sarah, though, didn't reply. She didn't know what to say. She had convinced herself that her new style was just a phase, something she'd grow out of soon. But deep down, she knew her mother was right. She had changed, and the worst part was, she didn't even know why. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Sarah continued to dress in a manner that pleased her friends in society, but never Allah. One day, while she was browsing through her social media feed, she came across a video of a righteous woman reciting a poem about how women should dress. The poem went like this: "When she walks, her beauty flows like a river that cannot be stopped. Even if she removes her hijab, it will still be there. It's flowing like waves that crash on the shore, higher and higher. If you want to know her beauty, look beyond her flowing hair, past her eyes that sparkle with light. Look at the beauty in her soul that shines ever so bright. So do not judge a woman by what you see, for her beauty lies deep within her modesty." This video really made Sarah think. She realized that all this time she had been living for the sake of people-pleasing. She had strayed away from the path of righteousness. She had forgotten Allah. Right at that moment, Sarah made a decision to change. She decided to start wearing hijab again, not because her friends or society told her to, but because she wanted to please Allah. From that day on, Sarah became a different person altogether. She became extremely conscious of her iman. She started praying on time, reading the Quran, staying away from harem things, and spending more time with righteous people. Her transformation was so remarkable that everyone noticed it. Even her friends asked her, "Sarah, what has caused this change? What has made you the person you are today?" Sarah would just smile and reply, "I finally realized the importance of dressing for Allah alone." News: Sarah's transformation reached her ex-boyfriend John. John was a non-Muslim guy who had been after Sarah since they were in high school. He couldn't believe that she had suddenly become so religious. Thought to himself, "What happened to the girl who used to wear those tight dresses for me? What happened to the girl who used to go out with me to parties and dances?" He was shocked and confused. Couldn't understand why she had changed so much. One day he gathered all his courage and called her. He said, "Sarah, I can't believe you've changed so much. I thought you were the girl who loved going out, shopping, dancing, and having fun. What happened to that, Sarah?" Sarah replied, "John, I'm sorry, but I'm no longer the same person I used to be. I've found the purpose of my life, and nothing, absolutely nothing, will distract me from it. John couldn't accept her decision, couldn't understand why she had chosen this path. He tried to convince her to come back to him, but she refused. John got angry and said, "You're making a big mistake, Sarah. You'll regret it one day." Sarah just prayed for him and ended the call. Years passed, and Sarah's life became a testament to the fact that when you choose Allah, He takes care of everything else. She became a successful fashion designer, specializing in modest clothing. She never forgot the lessons she learned and the mistakes she made. She used her platform to spread the message of modesty and the importance of dressing for Allah alone. On the other hand, John's life became a living hell. His anger issues got worse. He started to abuse his wife, both verbally and physically. His business started to crumble, and he lost everything he had worked so hard for. In the end, he became a broken man, regretting all the good he had wasted. As for Sarah, she lived a happy and successful life. She never forgot the verse from the Quran that says, "O humanity, indeed we created you from a male and a female, and made you into peoples and tribes, so that you may get to know one another. Surely the most noble of you in the sight of God is the most righteous among you." 49-13. She knew that her value didn't come from her appearance or the way she dressed, but from the content of her character and her relationship with Allah. The story of Sarah serves as a reminder for all of us that dressing It's about being mindful of our intentions and motivations behind our actions. Let us all strive to be like Sarah, who, despite her flaws, remains steadfast on the path of righteousness. May Allah grant us the strength to resist the temptations of this world and help us focus on what truly matters, pleasing Allah alone. And so our story ends here. And with that, we come to the end of today's story. We hope you enjoyed the story, and the moral of the story is that true modesty is for Allah alone. Dressing well and modestly is an ibadah or an act of worship to Allah, not for the people around us. We should remember that our value doesn't come from our appearance, but from the content of our character and our relationship with Allah. With that being said, we thank you for listening to our story. If you liked the story, make sure to hit that like button and share it with your friends and family. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss any of our uploads. Once again, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time with another amazing story. Until then, stay tuned and keep listening.